this okay? I wanted to dance. I'm here with Anders Hegstrom with System 3R, and you have a new mobile robot that you just came out with and debuted here. Give us the story about what led to the creation of the mobile robot.
It started back in '67 in Stockholm, Sweden, where we came up with tooling system to be able to move a pallet or a fixture very accurate between different machine operations, from like a milling machine to a turning machine to a grinding machine to a lathe, so on. And the system in itself has a very high repetition accuracy within 2 microns of a millimeter. So in this example shown here, it's an automatic chuck, and it should just be a mock-up of a milling machine. So you mill your part here, you can take it out from here, then you can go to another machine and you can put it on either a spindle, a lathe, or on the table chuck, and we guarantee repetition accuracy within 2 microns of a millimeter. 20 years later, we wanted to improve also the productivity by using the same system unattended during nights and weekends. So then we started to develop a number of robots. Basically, on the wall there, we have different sizes of robots. More simplified, pick and place, up to that we are integrated of the Fanuc robots that are 6-axis and can do whatever. The latest trend now is to have these lights-out manufacturing, that you are able also to move these parts, fixtures between different places in the factory. So maybe from one cell in one end where you have milling to another cell somewhere else in the factory where you have grinding. And by that we have the AMR shown here running.
It's called the AMR?
Yeah, an AMR stands for Autonomous Mobile Robot. And the difference between an AMR and an AGV is that the AGV goes along a predetermined path in the floor. An AMR can go between the 2 places, but if something comes in, stands in front of it, it will go around it. The big thing is for us not actually the robot in itself, it's the software that controls everything. And we have been in this with automation for over 20 years now, so we have all the needed machine interfaces, because normally you have machines from big various number of different OEM brands for the milling, grinding, whatever you have in the production. And also, in our case, it's not only about moving a crate from one place to another. With our software, we can also keep track of that it's the right pallets with the right fixtures that go to the right machine when it's needed. Now this robot goes here, and if I would come up with the rope, it goes, it stops, it stands, and then will go around me.
Move, please.
Move away. And now it goes a little bit around me.
That's great. Well, that's good. How does it know where to go? There's nothing on the floor.
There's nothing on the floor. That is done by the map we have predetermined originally.
A virtual map.
Yeah, so basically now it seems it's very small there, but the cell here shows...
Oh, and it's real time. It's kind of showing you where it is.
Yeah, so even if I would go in...
Walk around a bit. So it's a little like Harry Potter.
Yeah. So the difference between an AGV, which is maybe more common on the market, is something comes in front of it, the AGV will stop and wait until the other has moved. With the AMR, it will actually find a new way to move around it to go to the final position.
Got it.
So if someone has placed a crate, for instance, in the predetermined path for an AGV, the AGV will stop.
And this is making its debut.
Yeah, here. We show it the same week. There's an AMB show in Germany.
Okay.
It's not the AGV in itself that is so special. It's the software that is running the whole setup that is the key to this. And it's called WorkshopManager.
Is that what's brand new?
That's a development. We have had the WorkshopManager for 20 plus years.
Okay.
But it's now version 5 that enables possibility to use an AMR to move the parts between different cells in the factory.
I see. When you show this to people, what are their questions about it?
It's a little about the dream, what is coming. This is like showing them that it starts actually to be a reality now.
It is a reality.
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
Yes, exactly.
And you walked out there, and
Yeah.
that map is an amazing system to see, because if we're in a remote location, you could see that somebody or something has been put in the way, and you might not want it there.
On our tooling side, we have these different general interfaces, something we call macro. But from macro, you can have different versions. We have the accuracies down to 1 micron. We have versions that removes vibrations. We have versions that you can be using to higher temperature. By working with 3R, you maybe don't have to go all in to start with, but you have the possibility to develop for whatever needs you have next year. So when we have sold the robots, one thing with the robot, you can start with the robot for one machine, then you can buy another machine just beside, so then you get just the machine, you don't need another robot. And in the end, you can also put the robot on a rail, and then you can extend it. So you can serve X machines, 6, 8, 10 machines with the same robot. So you don't necessarily need to start with the high end from the beginning.
I see. So your customer that you would be targeting,
Yeah.
It could be someone who's starting from nothing,
Yes.
because you could give them something very simple to start with, like this.
Yeah.
Have you talked to any like smaller shops that haven't even begun to use any automation?
Yeah. There's a lot of. I know there was, but that's probably 10 years ago, a private person who was working somewhere else. He bought a machine he had in his garage, and he bought a robot. So he loaded the robot in the morning. He went to his normal work during the day, came back in the evening, he reloaded the robot, and then it was running overnight again. So from really the small one up to really big companies using this in linear cells, and they had like 20 machines up and running with the robots. So it's the whole spectrum.
This is in production and available
Yep.
today. I just want to make clear about that. Okay. I mean, it's more than, it's not the future, it's today.
Yeah, but I would say that it's not everybody that is ready for it. It's like we are selling them this will come. And when you go in with 3R as a partner, it's something that you can be sure that you can develop with over the years.
Do you mind? So when it comes out, I'll get in front of it. Is this okay? I wanted to dance. Well, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.